I would be, I am Balachandran from the Bombay Natural History Society, and I am in charge of the bird migrant studies in India. Today, I would be presenting about the long-term trends observed in the migratory shorebird species conducted in three different sites, coastal habitats. And also, I will be discussing about the current status of these globally threatened shorebird species and their possible decline, causes for the possible decline. Also, I'll be talking about the migratory connectivity of India with the East Asian-Australasian Flyway. Okay, if you go actually, Bombay Natural History Society has done a lot of bird population monitoring and bird ringing studies in mostly along the east coast rather than the west coast. Okay. But these are the four major sites along the east coast of India, starting from the northeast Sundarbans, Chilka Lake, Pulicat Lake, and Point Kalimar, the largest among. And another site which I am talking about is located here, the Gulf of Mannar, and these are the presently our monitoring station where our Gulf of Mannar also comes under that one. Uh, and this the three sites which I am talking about is the northernmost is the Chilka Lake, which is the largest brackish lake in India and extending to 1100 square kilometer. And within that lake, a lot of bird congregation sites and one of the island which I will show in the next slide, and which is a submergible island which support 50% of the population of that lake, which is a relatively a smaller island. And the second site is the Point Kalimar, in the Point Kalimar, which is shallower than the Chilka Lake and with a lot of salt industries. And the other one is the Gulf of Mannar, which is the southern most one. And here there are some islands, the coral islands mostly, with the mangrove, but they all attract a lot of migratory shorebirds, which was also monitored from 1980s onwards. So as mentioned, that Point Kalimar is the largest mudflat area which supports the largest population and of shorebirds. In the 1980s, it supported more than 1 million migratory shorebirds, but and now also the population has been declined. That I will show in the next slide. Then there actually there are lagoons and salt pans are there, and Chilka Lake is a brackish lake and which is having different depth zones, including the mudflats in one of the islands and different salinity zone from brackish water to marine. The Gulf of Mannar is exclusively a marine habitat, and some of the sandy islands with the mangrove fringes. Okay, well, Point Kalimar is very famous, and since it is monitored from 1970 to 76 by bird ringing by my seniors, so from 1980 to 93 also I am involving in that bird ringing studies and the population monitoring study. And since then 1998 till date, we are doing the bird ringing and as well as the this population monitoring. Chilka Lake, okay, 1981 to 84, we had a large scale ringing, and 2001 to 19 both bird ringing and the population monitoring, and Gulf of Mannar also 95 to 1988 some ringing, and then some followed by some population monitoring studies. If you talk about that significance of these sites for the waders, Point Kalimar is the largest mudflat area which was support 1 million migratory birds, as I told earlier, but presently it has declined to 300,000. Okay, and also that 300,000 waders also only occurring during the southward passage and the early winter, not the entire winter, and not the now recently last 15 years, no northward passage is happening through this site. And Chilka, since 2001, we are monitoring regularly, and 300,000 waders during early 2000. Now it is has declined to 100,000, and the Gulf of Mannar also, the 80s, 50,000 birds, which has come down to now 10,000 in recent years. And these are some of the study techniques we use, actually, that our conventional method of bird ringing, and also recently we have started the color flagging about 7 years back in coordination with the East Asian-Australasian Flyway color code. And we are using two color system. One is for southern India, black flag with the white engraving, and there for northern India, this one, two color flags, two white flags. One is with a red engraving. And this is a study, just a study area map of the Chilka Lake. As I told, this is the island. Okay, this is the island which supports the largest mud flat, around 9 square kilometer mud flat. So, and also including other species, that this island support the large 50% of the population. And this northern portion, mostly freshwater zone, where we have got that inland waders, mostly black-tailed godwit and rough and Pacific golden plovers are found in several thousands here. And the seamouth area here, the southern sector is mostly marine and without much wader congregation. And the seamouth also we get some wader congregation. This is the northern portion with large congregation of black-tailed godwit, rough, and this is the black-tailed godwit from that island mudflats area, and is our Asian duvitches, which is uncommon to India, also found in the mudflats of that island. The island is actually a submergible island, which will be exposed from November to April only. Then the large area of mudflats are exposed, and this is seamouth area where you can see the sanderling like birds. And now I will be briefing about the changes happened. And as I told, Silka is the this one support the largest congregation of black-tailed cowherd till now from India, and also it also declined by almost around 50%. Kalli sandpiper, lesser sunflower, little sin. These are the two small common waders found in India in larger number. Probably India support the largest population for these three species, and that also shown the decline. And particularly Pacific golden plover, marsh sandpiper of these species have not being mostly inclined to inland area, that they are not much affected. Okay, overall summarizing that trend in Chilka Lake, all the species have shown heavy decline. But interestingly, in recent years, the uncommon species like great knot, red knot, the Asian duvitches are slightly increasing, which were rare or completely absent during that 80s. And then decline in coastal waders is to all the wader species. The causes are actually the mudflats areas are invaded with the terrestrial vegetation, because a lot of management activities are going on. Because of that, it may be the terrestrial vegetation, mostly salicornia, and that some grass like cyanodon grasses completely cover the mudflat, which therefore the shorebird decline was very conspicuous. And next, if you go to the Pine Calumet, as I told, this area is also having a lot of salt pans, salt industries. And because the salt industries during the monsoon time particularly attract large number of these shorebirds, particularly there are three common waders, as I mentioned, Kalli sandpiper, little stained, and the lesser sunflower, besides that marsh sandpiper and this black-tailed godwit. So this is some of the views of the shorebird pictures taken in the Pine Calumet area to show how these are very important for the shorebirds. And now coming to this, here also the trend, because even Kalli sandpiper, so it was estimated around more than 150,000. At that time, actually we couldn't estimate it because from the ringing data itself, but recollecting some of the old photo, then we used to estimate about more than 150, 100,000, and like the 200,000 of literacy, they all shown decline in recent years. And also I told in particularly the whatever bird occurrence, the southward passage and the early winter, and even rough and black-tailed godwit also shown that severe decline. So here, to summarize, that the decline is common to both coastal and inland waders. And here, the again like that Chilka, like here also the great knot, red knot numbers increased marginally. Sometimes we have recorded up to 1500 great knot. It was very rare during the 1980s. And as general, all the shorebirds are showing decline except this uncommon species. Then here also, because of lot of industrial activities like that, the sea mouths are closed, so that the and also reduced inflow, freshwater flow also. So this caused that closure of sea mouth, and due to the lagoon mouths are closed, and that the area get dried up very fastly, so that the northward passage is not happening. And also due to that intensive salt work, the this one saltwater intrusion is there. And on partially due to siltation in many places, the invasion of terrestrial vegetation, particularly the mangrove associated species are seen. And the Gulf of Mannar, as I already told, it's a pure marine habitat, but still it was supporting that this uncommon or the sand flat preferring waders or during the southward passage in several hundreds during that 1980s. But despite these species are increasing there, the grey knot, red knot are increasing in other places, but here it is the traditional site is showing a severe decline. But sometimes we used to see only 4 or 5 birds only. And and this decline was also common to the three smaller wader species, the three species already mentioned. And this area is very good for that actual crab plover and the Eurasian curlew. And crab plover along the east coast, this is the only site support more than 100 number of individuals of this crab plover. Otherwise, other sites support very scarce number. Even Eurasian curlew also, it was like 450 used to be counted during one island, but nowadays it has come down to 45. The decline is about 90%. So this like that some crab plover, our this numbers from 85 to 2019, like that. Okay, okay. Here also, all the shorebird species are declined. Uncommon great knot also decreased heavily, which was occurring in good number during the 1980s. Here also, because there is no threat as such looking like, but if you see, but we didn't do much study on that soil quality, but it appears to be the substrate is very hardening, so that many species are avoiding this area. And then actually, because now we are working in coordination with the AMBI program of that CAF, and here, and so these are some of the species, the AMBI species, great knot, red knot, and are increasing except the Gulf of Mannar region, and Calus and Viper are decreasing everywhere. Bartail godwit are increasing only in Point Caliber and not in other places. Okay, now I'll talking about how India is connected with that East Asian-Australasian Flyway, because now under the Flyway concept system, India is placed under the Central Asian Flyway, but lot of connectivity, particularly the East Coast has more connectivity with the East Asian-Australasian Flyway. The Curlew Sandpiper is the typical example for this connectivity, because these are with this Curlew Sandpiper marked from Australia or reported from the East Coast area, and then other species of the great knot. Even it proved, because great knot from China also recovered in the west coast of India, which indicate not only the east coast is that east coast is connected with the EAAF, but also with the west coast also. The similar like common snipe from the Russian region or EAF region recovered in India. Similarly, that little stint also, the commonest one from both northeast Russia and rough. This is one of the interesting species actually. Even it has connecting not only that East Asian Australian Flyway, also the East African Flyway as well, because some birds are recovered here. And now like that, even the Terex sandpiper and now even one Terex sandpiper recently from South India also went up to sales within 2 months time. And this is Sanderling recovery, Asian Duvicher, and this is broadbill sandpiper, also Southeast India to our China. And now recent color flag also confirmed the ringing recovery pattern. 3 species are regularly cited: curlew sandpiper and Asian Duvicher and the great knot. They were regularly reported at our Bohai Sea in the Yellow Sea area. So this also further confirms their connectivity. And also Thailand and Korea also our birds were reported. These are the sites where our birds were recovered. And again, I am going back to the curlew sandpiper to compare with this one findings of the geolocator study by the Victorian Weather Study Group. And this is a result of Victorian Weather Study Group, like that the northward passage like that, and going up to the Arctic, and then one of the curlew sandpiper that it came via Southeast India and got to Australia. So, okay, I am concluding my talk because, as I mentioned, most of the still India is a stronghold for many species like Littostrine curlew sandpiper, lesser sunflower, broadbill sandpiper, and black-tailed godwit. But though decline is there, okay, and then marginal increase in the great knot and red knot numbers are showing that evidence that shifting of migratory pattern due to some degradation happen in the their stopover sites probably, and they are unable to maybe unable to reach the regular site of Australia, which are also coming towards India. That's all, but due to short time, I will conclude my talk with that one. Thank you all.